Maybe that's a good sync point for you. Maybe you're just laughing at us. All right guys, welcome back. We're here at Willow working in the shop and just wanted to catch you guys up what was going on. We got to do some testing the other day, as you saw. I've done a couple review videos, but here in the shop we have been working on Jay's 350Z. You'll probably recognize this from the subframe and diff bushing install video. But what we're doing here today, or this week, is installing a Vortech Supercharger kit. And this is actually a second-hand kit that we got from Don Shredda. And his car is a DE car, so we had to get a new plate and pulley system for the rev up engine that Jay has. And also Jay is really adamant about keeping the air conditioner on his car, so there's been some extra logistical issues to make all this stuff fit. As you can see, it's all very tight. The camera's not focusing very well, but we actually had to like oval the pipe where it passes by the AC components down there, and move a couple of the lines, move some water lines and stuff out of the way, reroute one up here, and a few other little differences between like the DE and the rev up stuff. The gear on the back of the blower is different. All of these pulleys back here are different. The belt length is different, and the routing for the belts. So it's been a little figuring out, but we're starting to make sense of it, and everything's coming together. I think at this point we're going to fab up a lower radiator support to hold the radiator and bring it out away from the piping a little bit, and also probably go ahead and do a bash bar, because as you know, the factory crash beams and those little intermediate brackets they go to them are not very strong. We did a few other things to the car. We're pulling some weight out of it, and for competition you actually can't use the factory latch out here, at least to pass tech. You have to have external quick releases like Oki installed on this S14. We're probably going to do the little pin style like you traditionally see instead of these push locks. We haven't found those yet. Also, when I did the subframe and diff bushings the other day back home, Jay had picked the car up a little early because he had an event he wanted to make down in NOLA with it before he shipped it out here, and his diff brace didn't come in time. So I got his diff brace installed the other day, and yeah, so just trying to catch you guys up on what we're doing here and show you a little bit of what's happening behind the scenes. Like most projects, you know, it's a lot of figuring out. We've like made a bracket and routed a catch can over here because the breather would normally go back to the factory intake tube, like right beneath here. Also, you may notice that the airflow meter is not present here. It does have a little receiver for it in the bottom of this pipe, and it is plugged in and installed there. So a few little differences going on, obviously with the Supercharger setup. We also installed an Aeromotive fuel pump, and I have some Dutchworks, however you say those, injectors on the way for it. And I think we're hoping to take this thing to the dyno within the next week and get it tuned, and maybe do some testing on streets of Willow on the 11th, I believe. So showing you a little bit of the madness behind the scenes and what we're dealing with. We have Jay's other 350Z here. This is a car that he actually purchased from Naoki, and it has been together for about 8 years, and it's only been through one engine. It has the HKS Supercharger setup on it, which, to be honest, I do kind of like a little bit more. Kind of sad that I'm not working on this one, because I like the way the HKS stuff is much better than the Vortech stuff.
Thank you. You love me. You really love me.
The Vortech kit is more of like a universal type kit, and it uses a really crappy fuel setup out of the box. This was a used kit, so we didn't have the original fuel system, and we just kind of built our own fuel system with the Aeromotive pump and the bigger injectors. And we're only going to be running around 8 or 9 psi. Target somewhere around like 360, 370 wheel, so that's plenty of fuel off of one pump. You know, if you're getting to higher horsepower, obviously you want to run like a dual pump setup. But like I said, we've got everything kind of sorted and coming together. Also, another thing that we had to do here was actually drill and tap the upper oil pan, if I can get the camera in here for you guys. So we took like a little strange type drill. It's called a arbor bit, and it has a little center punch kind of locator in the center of it to keep it from walking, so you can drill through things that are kind of not flat and stuff like that. And then take a 3/8 tap and tap that into the upper oil pan, which we had to pull the lower off, obviously, to get the metal shavings out. But that was interesting. That was the first time that I've done anything like that. We're going to take a little break on this thing now, and there's a few events going on at some of the tracks here. We're going to ride around. We haven't really checked anything out today. It's a lot of cars coming in and out, a lot of different types of cars, so we're going to go see what's happening on, I think some of them are running on streets, and then some are on the balcony. And then Naoki's got some students over at the Speedway, so we're going to ride around here at the track, check things out, and then go get some food. Goodbye. You guys gonna do the bank? You gonna do the bank?
I do not feel comfortable doing this. Well, yeah, this is sounds like the Z still has a VQ in it. Alright guys, so we got to check out some cool cars, see some drifting on the balcony today. Hopefully you enjoyed this. It's just kind of catching you guys up on what's going on here at the track and what we got going on with the Z back here. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Oh, they're not paying us yet. Can't do that.